Today's yoga therapy pearl is going to give you some relief from your sore hamstrings. If you have a pain every morning after doing yoga underneath your butt where the sitting bone is, you could be injuring and re-injuring yourself at the site of the attachment points of the hamstrings. 3 muscles on the back of the thigh that make up the hamstring group. They all originate on the ischial tuberosity, your sitting bone, and then they attach on the lower leg, on the inner knee, and on the outer knee. When you do forward folds like Uttanasana or Paschimottanasana, and you keep your knees straight, you're concentrating the pull or the load at the proximal place near the origin of the hamstrings. Uttanasana. With your knees straight, you may feel it more up near your pelvis. You also feel it in your lower back because of something called the pelvic lumbar region. And if your hip joints are limited, you're going to load your lower back. And if your hamstrings are tight, it's going to pull your sitting bones down and you jam your knee back. You could be creating a scenario which you're creating little micro tears to that. When you do it again and again and again and again without letting it heal, you're going to create scar tissue where you keep tearing because everything in nature follows the path of least resistance. 3 things you can do. Well, 4 really. 1, rest long enough to let the place heal. Those injuries can take up to 3 to 6 months to really heal. And if you're not good at waiting, 3 things you can do. Bend your knees. When you fold forward in Uttanasana, when you bend the knees, you release the hamstrings, the distal end near the attachments, which is going to take the load off of concentrating that up at the buttock bones. So bending the knees also allows you to shift your weight forward. So you're not so heavy in the heel from jamming the knee back. The second thing that you can do is actively recruit the psoas muscles. So the psoas muscle is a hip flexor. It brings the femur bone and the trunk, the torso, closer together. So if you think about that, you're going to have more contact of the chest to the thigh. Also really good if you're overusing your back in the forward folds. So knees are bent. Use the psoas. It will be really helpful when you're seating on your butt when you do Paschimottanasana, because a hang is just Paschimottanasana standing on your feet. And then the third thing that you can do, which is how you can begin to really approach back to doing the forward folds with straight knees, if that's your goal, is to contract the quads. So by finding the balls of the feet and thinking you're going to lift the kneecaps up, engaging the quadriceps, well, you're going to feel the hamstrings, the whole back of the leg actually, because what you're doing is engaging a phenomenon called reciprocal inhibition. And when you engage one side, muscles work in pairs. When you engage one, the other relaxes into the stretch, which is going to get you out of this sympathetic response of gripping around a place that is hurt or where there is pain, right? Your body is giving you, pain is just a feedback system in your body saying, hey, something is wrong. You need to pay attention. And when you get that response, by relaxing engaging the quads and relaxing the hamstrings, you'll eventually be able to approach more of a straight-legged Uttanasana if that's your goal, and not be putting the load and the pressure up at the proximal, at the origin of the hamstrings. So try those things. Let me know how it goes. Because the goal of yoga is to be able to do it every day.